Shri Ganeshaya Namaha.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha.
Shri Saraswatyai Namaha.
Shri Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om Namo Gurubhyaha.
Om Namo Gurubhyaha.
Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha.
Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha.
Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam.
Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam.
Vishaje Bhavaroginam.
Vishaje Bhavaroginam.
Gurave Sarva Lokanam.
Gurave Sarva Lokanam.
Dakshinamurtaye Namaha.
Dakshinamurtaye Namaha.
Buddhir Balam Yasho Dhairyam.
Buddhibalam Yashodharyam.
Nirbhayatvam Arogata.
Nirbhayatvam Arogata.
Ajadyam Vakpatutvam Cha.
Ajadyam Vakpatutvam Cha.
Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet.
Hanumat Smaranat Bhavet.
So after coming here, I came to know some of your names, and I should know more about you at some point, maybe in the break time. And so that is one of my interests. Last time when I came to the US, to Atlanta, I think it was in 2016.
Yes.
So it's been a while. And we had dinner at your place with Swamiji. I came back from India for the HMEC here.
Yes.
And I think after that I had come to South Carolina, North Carolina several times, but I couldn't come to Atlanta. One of the main reasons is because if you want to come to Atlanta, you just have to come only for Atlanta.
That's true, you cannot combine.
You cannot combine Atlanta with other cities. I have a lot of regards for this place, especially the Indian community here, because I was in South Carolina, Columbia.
Columbia.
I was doing my master's. That is my entry point for the United States.
We lived in Charleston, South Carolina for a long time.
Okay, so you must know Anil, Dr. Anil and his mother Rani.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ella Pragada.
Yalla Pragada, yeah. We know very well.
So Anil is like my very good friend.
Okay.
And so what I'm trying to say is, so then there was always this desire from Columbia to drive up to Atlanta. It may be 3 hours, but
3.5.
coming to Atlanta is like coming to India for us. Global mall, temple and mall together. What more can you ask?
Yes, yeah. First in the temple, then groceries for us.
And all that, we used to spend some time there. And of course, if you want to fly to anywhere in the world, even if you have to fly to heaven, you have to fly via Atlanta. That is Delta Airlines.
I was told it's one of the busiest airports in the world. That's what I was told. I don't know whether it's true.
Olympics all happened here. It became busy from that time onwards.
Yeah.
So Atlanta, in that way, we have a lot of scope, potential in this city, and we just have to keep reaching out. And I'm there. If you've all been there, if you feel like you've been there, done that, make use of my presence, my coming here. Let's reach out more. Like yesterday, we could do in Georgia Tech. That's small connections, and then it happened. So it can happen like that. So we'll keep. That's something we can do, because everywhere we are always trying to accomplish something, do something and accomplish something, right? Especially we want to have the right effort in the right direction with the right amount of enthusiasm, right? But more important, with the right knowledge, whether we are going the right direction and all that. So that's part of my topic. And if I want to say that in Sanskrit, Janati, Ichchati, Karoti.
Janati Ichchati Karoti.
Right? So, unless you know, how can you desire? Right? Unless you desire, how can you do to accomplish that desire? So these are the 3 sthanas in the mind. Always either we are trying to know, or trying to desire, have the passion, have the enthusiasm for that, or think about what we should do to accomplish that, right? So these are the three areas, and all of us at this point in our life, we are ready to do. We are ready for putting the effort. We have, to some extent, neutralized our strong sense of what is pleasing, what is displeasing, right? We will reason about that to some level of acceptance, some level of accommodation. We'll see how that all is going to help us and fit in the whole equation for us to, be very effective in what we want to do. But everywhere, this ultimately the proof of the pudding is putting us in what we're able to accomplish. But it has to be back to the right knowledge to begin with. Knowledge about what is the right direction, what is the wrong direction, even in spiritual life. You can either have a spiritual journey with all the Mahatmas, Endaro Mahanubhavalu, Andariki Mana Vandanamalu. There are so many Mahatmas. So that's why I said Gurubhyo Namaha. More than few teachers everyone has. So, what I'm trying to say is, this is Janati is to know what is right direction. So I was saying, you can either go on a spiritual journey or a spiritual trip. And they both are opposite. Journey is where you have some milestones and you will get there. Trip is only the odometer says you have put so many miles. Trip A, so many miles, but you're not going anywhere. Right? So for all these things, the Janati, knowledge should be very clear. And suppose if you're going to buy a ticket in the railway station, and in Atlanta, even to get the baggage, you need to get into the train. You have to know your destination.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I asked her which way for my baggage. And he said, the person said, well, if you walk, it's 1 mile, but you can take the train.
At least gave you the options.
So, that was the thing.
Tea gate.
Tea gate.
You can sit here.
Amma, Randi Amma. Give her a nice seat for Amma. Mataji, either bed, cushion, sit here.
I will sit down
She
here.
prefers to sit in a chair.
You can sit here also.
It's very low and it goes in.
No.
This is better.
This is better? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, can you sit down? Is it okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. You can come a little forward, so you're not hesitating to sit down. You come a little forward. Anybody else comes, they can join. Hello. So Janati is, suppose if you go to the ticket station and you give the money, say even if you give a $50 bill, and then if you are, he's going to ask you what? Where do you want to go? What is your destination? And if you say, just give me somewhere. I don't know my destination. Just give me anywhere. What would he do? He won't give you the ticket, right? Yeah. So, although you're giving a huge sum of money, so destination you have to know. Janati, to know the end. Suppose if you are going on the road trip also, you should know where you're going. Okay? Right? So you have to know where you have to go. So destination should be very clear. So Janati, and in our life, regarding Janati, regarding knowing, what is highlighted in the Bhagavad Gita? The topic is tools from Bhagavad Gita for your own progress, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, there is this tool called Tattva Jnana. Jnana is knowledge. Tattva is knowledge of what it is. Anything. Tattva, what it is. Suppose if you drink water, it is, you don't need to know what is the material of the pot. You don't need to know. But knowing the material helps you. Suppose if it is made of clay, You cannot drop it, right? You have to be very careful in keeping it, right? So in life, knowing what it is of anything would only help you. What is the reality of anything? Suppose you all have ornaments in your house. Some of you are also wearing jewelry. So jewelry, it is worth, if it is worthy, if it is gold, it's better to know, right? It's worth. Because gold jewelry, suppose if it is broken, would you throw it in the trash?
No.
Why won't you throw it in the trash? Answer is obvious, because you know its value. Even if it's broken, gold is
Gold.
gold. It will keep you, because the gold jewelry is broken, it is not going to be losing its value in the sense that you will still remain the same rich person. Your richness in terms of gold is not going to be affected, even if the gold's shape or size, shape is affected. Right? So why? Because you know the tattva, what it is really. It is really gold. Aap dhanvan bana ke rahenge. Right? You will always remain that rich person. Your richness is not affected just because the gold is losing its shape. Likewise, in people also, who you like, for example. Right? Gold is something you like. So because that is something you like and you value, you don't really care whether it is in the shape of necklace or whether it is in the shape of ring or whether it is in the shape of a bracelet. Right? So likewise, when you value your people, when you value for what they are, wherever you have love and affection, so it should not matter to you how they are, why they are, right? In a level, who they are also, right? But for us, entire world of people, entire world of things is all divided into two categories. This is so pleasing to me, this is so displeasing to me. I have a strong sense of dislike towards certain things and a strong sense of like towards certain things. Suppose if you don't like the shape of the gold, you won't throw it, as I said, right? Doesn't matter. So in reality, all these things are incidental. People being in a certain way, situation coming and going, right? Including what is happening in India. And if you're a devotee, you know it's a blessing in disguise. It's all going to only come back to strengthen. At least we should be prayerful about that now. We should do what we need to do. What I'm trying to say is, so this strong sense of likes and dislikes is the world is divided into that, to the point where you might be losing the opportunity because of your sense of dislike. Because you think that that person, when he comes, I don't know why, I get restless or something like that. And suppose if somebody is there and you feel very pleased, very comfortable, you go head over heel. You become his gulami. You think he is your slave, he is flattering you, he is only flattering you, but in turn you are becoming his slave. You are on the phone, and whatever story he says about anybody who is of no concern for you, so you want to be on the phone because he won't like if you hang up. And if he doesn't dislike, then I lose one more person who is appreciative of me, right? Hello, come on over. So Don't worry about the camera, you can sit in front also, here, anybody, be anywhere comfortable. You have so many chairs. So, that is the power of knowing what it is, things for what it is for. Janati. There's no strong sense of, what is displeasing and pleasing to you. You are so objective in your life. If you in that small one, you can sit if you want that. Yeah, all these are good stools. So there's no, what I should say, objectivity. There's objectivity. Right now we are so subjective. Right? We are so subjective. To the point that if somebody is turning his face away, you only think about what is wrong with me, why is he doing that? That is subjectivity. And then you see, and he's just turning around to sneeze, for example. Right? He's just turning around to sneeze, but then you're so subjective, you all right away in the mind that cycle goes on of thinking about yourself, how significant you are to that person, and how acceptable you are to yourself. Because your acceptance is today dependent on somebody else's saying something comfortable to you. Right? Gold is gold, as I said, no matter what. You know the value of the gold. Suppose we don't know. Suppose if somebody is finding something, a stone, right? And then the stone is there. And it is a precious stone, so he doesn't know. So when he goes and sells, he sells to somebody else. That fellow looks at it. He says, I'll give you $20 for that. And he buys that. And then he knows it's some precious stone, but he doesn't know how to process it and all that. So he can only do so much. Then he sells to somebody else who knows the value of it, who knows how to clean it, process it, and then get the real worth of it. So in this whole thing, the first person didn't know, basically. So knowledge makes a huge difference. Clarity, as Pujya Swamiji would say, clarity is a crystal clear clarity. Even clarity is very valuable, even for the crystal, in this example. So clarity is everything in your whole life. At this point, especially in your life, you shall strive for the clarity about what you already know and take it to the next level. So when you are so clear about what is the tattva, what is it made of in reality, suppose if you know what the waves are made of. So when you first went to beach, if you remember, there's no beach in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia's beach there is Savannah, right? Or where somewhere else? Somehow I have posted there.
Tybee Island.
Huh?
Tybee Island.
Tybee Island, okay. How is it good?
Pretty decent. Yes.
Okay, so maybe now all the cars are going towards Tybee Island. Road is already right. So and somebody may be coming the other way also, going somewhere to some reserves here. So what I'm trying to say is, when you first go to the beach, and you're looking at and suppose you don't know, how many of you remember when you first time when you went to the beach? I remember, it was Marina Beach in Chennai. So I was walking on it's a nice beach because the sand is long. The more the sand you have to walk, that beach is considered to be a better beach. There is no sand, that beach is not a great beach. So I kept on walking. I didn't know what I'm going to see actually. They said they're going to see something, waves and all that. Now, as soon as I saw the waves, initially I was a little scared. Any kid would be first initially a little scared. But what makes the kid very comfortable? What makes not? You think the waves are making the kid comfortable? The huge waves are making the kid comfortable? Initially? Huge waves are actually scaring the kid. As the wave comes, the kid wants to go, but it starts running away. And slowly and steadily, it knows this is nothing but
A wave.
But it is coming down and it's going back, so
yeah, that is all there. But it is, what is the tattva of the waves?
Water.
Water. It explains, okay, it's after all water. So the kid is a jnani. When it comes to the waves, I know the tattva of this. It is all one water. I like water. I enjoy water. I pour water all over and I even get scolded by my mother. Here, I just can do whatever I want because like that the kid is so happy. Goes and starts wetting the feet and likes the waves and all that. Now it's all enjoying. What it was afraid of initially, it now starts enjoying. One and only reason is because it knows the tattva. Likewise, we also, appreciating the tattva of everybody. For the wave, what is the atma of the wave? Water. Don't say search for the atma of the wave inside the wave. People do that. They think atma means something inside. Anu. Or they say atma is not here, somewhere else. Paramatma is not here, somewhere else. But we say there is nothing but atma. There is nothing but water. When you touch the wave, are you touching water or are you touching the wave?
Water.
Can you touch the wave and not touch the water?
No.
Okay. When you have gold in your home, it is the weight of, what is the weight of the gold? Say it is say 100 grams. It's a lot, right? 50 grams. Okay, is it? And now suppose what is the weight of the ornament? It is weight of the ornament or weight of the gold? Ornament has no weight. It is non-substantial. कुछ मतलब ही नहीं. The only substantial is gold. What matters is gold. The only substantial in the whole entire ocean is water. There is no substance other than water. Right? So what is your swarupa? What the swarupa of the waves is? Water. The rupa of the wave changes. Rupas are different, right? The shape is different. We are all having different shapes and sizes and gender and profession and status and whatnot, right? So we're all different. Rupas are different, just like the waves are different. Suppose if a very short wave looks at a tall wave and says, look at this wave, it's so majestic. He stands out and looks at the shore. Everybody's eyes are turned towards that wave and not me. Why me? Why am I like this? Why Bhagavan created me like this? Right? Why Bhagavan created my nose like this? My hair color like this? Right? Suppose if I give you a choice, do you want to dye your hair rainbow colors or zebra stripes?
People do that. You get to that.
What color you like to dye your hair if you want to dye? Now this girl's here.
She doesn't need it yet.
Huh?
She doesn't need it yet, right?
Yeah.
I've never dyed my hair.
Good.
No, but my son wanted to dye his color hair when he was young. I told we both will go, then he changed his mind.
So what I'm trying to say is, we do.
Zebra is better than the rainbow colors.
That's right.
You have to choose one.
Yeah. Sometimes life is like this. Both of the things you don't like, but you have to choose one. Right?
Yeah.
Both the things are wrong, but you have to choose one. Sometimes both things are right,
And we still have to.
and you have to choose one, and you argue until the cows come home. That is when you argue. Husband also right, wife is also right. They want to choose between two right things. Then it goes on and on. 5 people come to start a temple in Atlanta
Very familiar.
because they want to do the right thing. Once they start a temple, then they see that they are fighting against what is the best, how to go take this movement forward. So they're fighting about not a right, between right and wrong, between what is the best, what is the most right thing to do and all that. Then at the end of fifth year, there are 5 temples. Okay? 5 people came together to start one temple, and then there are 5 temples. This is, what I'm trying to say is, this short wave has this problem, self, there's a sense of non-acceptance, and it's against this other wave. Now there's a wise wave, like some of you, it makes a big difference. Even you can, the wise wave is saying, look at your Swarupa, your Rupa is different. Yes, I agree with that. And your Swarupa is water. As water, you're not different from that where there's only you, when you identify, when you look at yourself as water, which is the reality, which is the real substance, right? Which is substantial, which is a very substantial understanding, not a faking it understanding, something which is starkingly real, right? That kind of an understanding, then what happens is that you see the oneness. This is the oneness. At some level, there are differences, but at certain level, there's a oneness also. This oneness is what is a tattva, is what is keeping you all together. Here now as a session, some oneness is there between all of us. We're all seeking something, some knowledge on a Saturday morning. What's wrong with all of you? You are supposed to be somewhere out in the sun, or at least just aimlessly drive your car 2 hours and spend half an hour there and come back 2 hours driving back, right? So because there's some oneness between all of us, we want to, if not enlighten, at least lighten ourselves. Right? Enlightening is the goal. But first we have to lighten ourselves of all our dvesha, strong sense of hatred, like this short wave is having towards a tall wave, jealousy, greed, anger, even towards Bhagavan. Right? So because of not knowing tattva. And when it comes to yourself, this word madhura. Madhura is what?
Sweet.
Sweet. Parama madhura means what?
Super sweet.
Super sweet. Or the ultimate. The end of what can be the best. Right? Likewise, for all the waves, Atma is water. Paramatma, that which is in and through everybody, without any limits, without any boundary, is also water when it comes to things. So, we are boundaryless when it comes to our Swarupa. With Rupa there's so many differences, which is good, we celebrate the difference also. In a flower vase, suppose if you put flowers, and do you like different flowers or same flower in the flower vase? Different flowers makes it different. You look at the different, how you sometimes wonder, wow, there's so much different flowers, the way they've arranged it. Some of the things, so it comes out so beautifully. Some leaves are in between, some flowers, some buds, right? But it is all belong to the same class, flower category, plant category. Oneness. Oneness and differences. So oneness is tattva. To the point where you're free from hatred. You're free from strong sense of what is displeasing to you, at the same time free from the strong sense of what is so pleasing to you, to the point where you're losing your balance or going head over heels and even putting yourself in harm's way. Right? Abusing your body, mind, senses just because there's something which is so pleasing to you. So you're free from both. So freedom is our goal. Moksha. See how I came to that? How the phala of knowing the tattva is The phala, the result of knowing the oneness is you are free from strong sense of fear, strong sense of, what I would say, anger towards one another, because everything else is incidental. Doesn't matter. You are my family, nothing else matters to me. Right? You're all a family here. Nothing else matters. No, anyata is not there. Ananyata is there. This is ananyata. Seeing the oneness is ananyata. That is tattva. So this is a knowledge which is janati, to be known. Janne yogya hai. Right? Difference is also we need to know, so we know how to transact and all that. Which is, you're all become experts by now in that area. Or there is no end for expertise. It keeps on going. But at some time, you have to take it easy and look at the oneness. That is so refreshing, right? This oneness which I am talking is just about one thing, oneness. But at the same time, it is so refreshing. You are feeling so relieved, right, just by listening to it. Okay? So this is the moksha. When you say oneness, you have freedom. So when you say moksha, you have to define in terms of what? In terms of freedom from fear, freedom from sense of non-acceptance, sense of feeling insignificant, and freedom from anger, and freedom from jealousy, hatred, greed, and all that. That is the real freedom we want to experience here and now. Freedom from stress. Because when there's so much of, when we don't know the oneness, when we only focus on the differences, then we're always having an agenda for the other person. This will all be covered tomorrow, because tomorrow's topic is freedom from stress. In the Hindu temple of Atlanta, the biggest temple. We used to go there. When we went there, initially the Shiva Mandir came later.
Yes. First, yeah.
That much I know about the temple. He used to be like Gopal Bhatta.
Yeah.
He's
Still
still there.
there.
Gopal Bhatta, he's still
Oldest,
there.
nice, soft-spoken person.
Very nice.
Been the same.
Yeah.
So that is how we all want you also. Never subject to change because of changing situations. Situations can come and go, but I go on forever. Bodies come and go. That's very difficult, right? That is going into Arjuna's dilemma, the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna felt, my grandfather, how can he go? My teacher, Drona.
Rona.
Good. See if you are alert. How can I leave my teacher? See, in life, we don't want to see the non-existence of our near and dear ones. We don't want to experience that. When we are there and they are not there. Right? So that was Arjuna's dilemma, which is all of our dilemma. That is the ultimate change, which we don't want. We were all talking about tattva, how tattva is never subject to change, in spite of changes coming and going. How gold is never subject to change. But the biggest change which nobody can handle is the bereavement, the grief of somebody who is near and dear to us who is not there. So that is the topic taken in Bhagavad Gita initially. So if you can handle that, you can handle anything else in your life. So that is why the topic is taken. It is the incident. It refers to all the things which are bothering you. As I said. And Bhagavan said, Natve vaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipa nachaivana bhavishyamah sarve vayamatav param. Hey, Arjuna, Krishna is calling. There was never a time when I was not there. Who is saying this? Krishna is saying this. Thumping his hand. There was never a time when I was not there. But look at our Bhagavan. Only in our religion, we have this Bhagavan who can say even this. By the way, Arjuna, there was never a time when you were not there also. The sloka says that. What a powerful statement, right? And not just that. To Arjuna's amusement, Krishna is saying there was never a time when these enemies in the battle, when they were not there also. These villains, they have also been there forever. The bodies are coming and going. Right now, our understanding is, our fear is what? Not even understanding, our fear is what? When the body goes, the person also goes. Right? But when then the body comes, the person comes. You tell me the person was, if you say the body comes, the person comes. Where was the person? We see the body being born. Right? Suppose if you say when the body comes, the person also comes. And the person is also created, you see. You think like that. If it's really created, like the body, you should be able to see, like the body, the person being created. Right? Do we see that? No. What I'm trying to say is, Gita changes your vision. It says, bodies come and go, but you go on forever. Bodies come and go. That is a tattva there. Vasam sijirnani yata vihaya. Bhagavan is very kind. He's giving an example. Just like you change your shirt. When do you change your shirt?
It becomes dirty.
Yeah, whether it becomes dirty or not, end of the day, you throw it away. You don't wear it the next day. Unless you are some people they do this. In the night they take shower. They don't take shower in the morning. And then what they do, they flip their t-shirt and wear it. And the next day they don't take a shower because they just get up early in the morning. I don't know if they might brush their teeth, change their clothing the other way, and then they just go to work. I was working, and then some employees told me they do that actually. So even to take a shower in the morning, it is a value you should have. It doesn't just come on its own. Right? Suppose in the morning what happens is, your skin is a little warm, more warm. A lot of dead cells will be there. Dead cells. So it's good to give it a wash first thing in the morning. So those things are all gone. Otherwise, when you go and make your tea, you're thinking of putting sugar, but you're also sprinkling whatever is already ready to be shedded in the skin.
Very good explanation. Never thought of that way.
So all these things are there. So what I'm trying to say is, so there's the values. Certain things are, comes like the samskara comes with it. So janati. So did I say enough regarding the tattva?
Yeah.
Huh? Good, very good, thank you. What is the next topic is? Ichchati. Right?
Ichchati.
Ichchati. That's desire. The passion. I know you are talking about great things like tattva and all that. But the passion is lacking. When I get out of this room, I'm engulfed, right? You're engulfed with your mechanical way of doing things, right? And with your own shortcomings and all that, right? So where is the message being lost? What is the connection? Where is the desire? Where is the passion? Where is it going? So, in our Shastra, there's a word for this called bhakti. Bhakti means, don't think devotion to only Paramatma. Bhakti is something which you really are so desirous. Ruchi, preeti, love, passion is all bhakti only. Dedication, devotion, all are synonyms. It can be towards anything. It can be towards your work. Because now you have so much appreciation of tattva, and you want to spend your rest of your life. This is a part of your life in seeking this reality, truth. And then what are the things I need to keep finishing, keep completing. So I'm doing that in a very dedicated way is also bhakti only. Preeti, ruchi, passion. Now, devotion without knowledge, dedication, devotion without knowledge is in his blindness. Right? Suppose I'm coming to Shobhaji's house, and the first thing she would ask me when I was there is, what is your routine like? What would you like to eat? You comfortable sitting here? You can use chair if you want. Go, sit there, nicely. Sit, that is a good chair, not this chair. Oneness. When you have the oneness, sense of oneness, you will feel for others also more. Right? And you'll try to make everybody comfortable. I may be speaking of something which is, higher, taller than the sky, but I should make sure you're all comfortable. Then it works out better. And I should also be within my time. I can be talking about limitless, beyond space, beyond time and all that, but I cannot go beyond my time in even saying that. So, bhakti without knowledge. Suppose if your Mahatma is coming to your house, one old Vriddha Mahatma is coming to your house, and you're saying, Guruji, मैं आपका भक्त हूँ, आपके लिए सब कुछ तैयार है, everything is ready for you. Look at this kheer, payasam. We have payasam today, by the way. Many will come later. Look at the payasam. It is so, and he's asking, does it have sugar in it? Yes. Oh, I cannot eat. Why is he saying so? Because he is diabetic. So your ignorance of what the Mahatma wants, knowledge, devotion is there. With no knowledge, it is not doing what it needs to do. And then you have lasagna. Layers and layers of cheese and vegetable and whatnot. Right? You like lasagna to that level, you can serve leftovers the next day, 1 week. Warm it up and serve it. Put it in the microwave. In America, whole cooking is from the freezer, not just microwave, from the freezer to the microwave. And to the plate. Not even plate. The plate is also in the carton. Carton itself you can open. You don't need a plate also. So much salt. He cannot eat. Mahatma cannot eat because he is pressure. Or if he is like me, they cannot eat rennet, animal rennet. Microbial is okay. Vegetable rennet is okay. Cheese with animal rennet. So you didn't know what he would eat or what is his problem, and you lost another item also. You thought you were so happy, you were so content. Then sugar. What is the other problem people commonly have? Cholesterol, right?
Oh, God.
Okay, so that also you can come up with some example like that. Ghee. So what I'm trying to say is, knowledge only helps you to further your devotion. Right? So always seek knowledge. You're never wrong. Suppose in temple there's a Vishnu Murti, Balaji, Tirupati Balaji Vigraha is there. And then there's a Ganesha Vigraha. 2 Vigrahas are there. Some people say they will only go through one Bhagavan. They'll go only around one Bhagavan. Suppose if you go and tell him, suppose the Shilpi of the temple is there, and he is going to give the information. What? I took the same stone and made Ganesha Vigraha, because I had to make first Ganesha only, because Ganesha I had to pray first. And then whatever the big stone left, I made Balaji Bhagwan. So knowledge will right away resolve the difference in your mind of what it is in reality. Am I right? There are people like that in India. They only go for one Murti. And we create problems in America by putting everybody in the same temple. In India, they have different temples, no problem. Here, we want to get the best. This temple, I know one temple, I've been in that temple actually. They called me as a substitute priest for some time. and out of just love I went there because they want to experience me as a priest. That's what they said. So only this much area, this same area, they have Ayyappa, and then they have Shiva, they have Subramanya Swami. And then I left, and then they said they have done Prana Pratishtha for Tirupati Balaji Bhagwan, Navagraha, all in these places, in small temple. Because for them, if they bring a Vigraha, then they think that is a source of sustenance for the temple. Sai Baba also sometimes they'll bring. Everybody they'll bring. That's okay. What I'm trying to say is oneness. It's all made of same. It's all same Ishvara Tattva, Bhagavad Tattva. If you see differences in the Devatas, when are you going to see oneness in the Manavata? Right? So oneness goes a long way. Devotion, it even makes your devotion very clear. Knowledge helps you in a devotion. And devotion can be for anything, as I said. Whatever is very concerning to you. For example, if your biggest concern is your first midterm exam, you should be devoted to that. That is your bhakti. You should show your full bhakti. There should be in devotion, there should be Maicha Ananya Yogena Bhaktiya Vyabicharini. Bhagavan says, Ananyata should be there. Passion means what? Passion means that you should feel that cause so much. Ananyata, oneness, at the cost of anything you want to accomplish that. Right? That is the oneness, passion. And Ananyata doesn't mean this Devata versus that Devata. Ananyata means whatever might disturb you, still you are keeping that fire within yourself. That is Ananyata. Avyabhicharani. You don't do something for a few days and then give it that up. Suppose if the story is there where one person wants to find water, he is digging a well. He is digging from some 10 feet in one place. So there is dedication, there is passion for the water. But Vyabhichari means what? His mind is always fluctuating. Somebody comes and they say, why are you digging here for water? You're wasting your time. Then he goes somewhere else and digs another 10 feet. And somebody else comes in, what, are you crazy or what? You're going to get water here? No way. Then where do you think I will get water? I tried there and I tried here. No, go there. Another 10 feet is digging somewhere. So that is Vyabhichari. Going all around. Vyabhichari. Vikaram. Mind is so much fluctuating and changing. That is Vyabhichari. But then if you had dug all the 30 feet in one place, you would have probably stuck water. Right? So this is all some tips. Avyabhichari and Ananyata in Bhakti. But I have said it in your real life for you to accomplish Karoti, the third factor, to do what you want to do. Right? Janati, Ichchati, passion, I said how you can keep it up. Avyabhicharitvam and Ananyatvam. Oneness. You become that cause. Be the change. They say, right? You be that. So now we have Janati, Ichchati. Finally, Karoti. The proof of the pudding is in practice. How to get there. How it is, how you can see that in action basically, right? So there are different levels. So at this point, and we want to do something to get some result. Karoti, I'm talking about the Karoti topic, which is true. Every common man, they look at the means for a certain end. Means for a certain end. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Prayojanam anudyasya na mantopi prayatyate. Without knowing what is in it for him, even a dull-witted person won't get into that. So prayojanam you have to have in your mind. Right? Prayojanam if you don't have, you don't know. Now, some people say, the problem is when you have When you have desire is the problem, they say. They say desire is the problem. They say expecting results is the problem. That's all wrong. Expecting results can go one way or the other. That we agree. The results can go one way or the other, but that doesn't mean expecting results is the problem. That you should not expect results. No, that is not right. Suppose having headache is a problem. Would you say the problem is having a head? Only because I have a head, I have headache. So, only because you are expecting results. So, that's not right. People say that. So we'll see what it means really. Now, coming back, doing something is better than doing nothing. One person was having a stick in his hand and he was beating water. Other person who passed by. See, this passerby, they don't have, in India, they cannot go without making comment.
Saying something.
Okay. He said, saw this person and said, hey, what are you doing? Are you jobless or what? He said, yes, I am jobless. But is this something which is going to fetch you something? No, it may not. It might, it won't. Why are you doing this? See, he's a laborer, and he says, I want to keep my hands in good condition. So I'm doing this in both water, hands and legs. I want to keep them moving. Because when I get a job, I'll be having my, everybody has got their own reasons in this world. You cannot have an agenda for anybody in this world. If you have an agenda for others, the problem is yours. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, so even that person, you will keep doing something. That's the first step. But can you do anything? Huh? You cannot do anything. You have to do what is right. Suppose you keep doing something you said, and then now people spending their money and time and everything in all different wrong ways. No. Money is very, very, very valuable. And its money keeps on depreciating also. Right? You cannot, money also keeps changing. You should not, your face should not change. Because the money's value is changing, your face should not change. That is the nature. You just leave the money like that, it keeps on depreciating. The same house when you want to go back and buy after 5 years, you know, that is not, the house value is not increased, Uma. People wrongly say house value has appreciated. Money value has depreciated. Gold value doesn't depreciate. So what I'm trying to say is, there's always this money keeps on changing. And to earn money is not so easy. Just because I told to keep doing something, you cannot go and buy uselessly $5, $4 in Starbucks coffee every day. See, suppose if you spend $5 in a day, what is it for a month? What is it for 10 days? Hey, answer the question. Some mathematics do every now and then.
Oh, okay.
$50. Don't look for a calculator. By the way. So 1 month it is $100. Say $150. Say even $100. And 1 year, say $1,000. Suppose if you want to get suppose if you ask somebody, hey, after 1 year, can you give me $1,000? I'm giving you 1 year. I won't see you for 1 year. After 1 year, can you give me $1,000? If you say, would he give you? No. Suppose if you want to get $1,000 as interest in a bank, how much you have to invest? Suppose these days, what is the interest rate now? 5%?
Oh no, 0.0%.
Hey, where is
No, it's gone up. It's gone up.
No, interest is very low.
I am up to date.
No, not in America, in India it is.
In America only I'm saying.
America only. It's now 5 point.
See, where you go depends. In bank they will not give you.
Snehaji, आज CD cumulative deposit का interest rate है 5% है.
I know that, but see what I'm saying in bank usually how much they give you have to hunt and find very few.
Now that says CD, cumulative 5%. So if 5%, how much you need to invest to get $1,000? 5%.
Then
To get $1,000 a year, kitna?
20,000.
Huh?
20,000.
20,000. So if you invest 20,000, then after 1 year you'd get $1,000. Easy, right? Okay. So what I'm trying to say is $20,000, right? Suppose if you want to go to India, $2,000. Suppose if you say Atlanta may be cheaper. What I'm trying to say is you have to invest so much. So what I'm trying to say is you cannot choose anything to do. Spend money like crazy, or some people abuse their bodies also by eating all sorts of things. Drinking. It's also some doing only, but it's not good. Why? Because your mind becomes very inert. You desensitize your mind. First it's a high, and then you're not able to take the low. And you want something even more for even go higher. So basically you become a jada. You make yourself very inert. So you cannot do anything like that. You want to come out of alasya, nidra, and pramada. You want to come out of inactivity. But that doesn't mean you can choose any activity. Alasya means laziness. Again, there is knowledge involved. If you see alasya, the word, ralayor abedaha. If you exchange the word la with the word ra, what it becomes? Arasya. Alasya becomes arasya. Means what? There is no rasa for you in that. Why there is no rasa? Why there is no sara? Sara, rasa, same word. You have to flip the words. Like in Gujarati. Any Gujaratis here?
yeah.
So Gujarati, the word saras. Ras ke saath. And they are very smart. Saras ka ulta karo. Saras. Saras hi rahega wo. Right? Saru. In Karnataka, if you go, they say saru. Saru beka. You want the saru, essence. It's rasam only they give. They don't give the amrita. But they ask you saru beka. If you go to Tamil Nadu, they say rasam beka. Benma. Charu kavala antaru. Telugulo. Tamillo rasam kavala. Rasam benma. So they same word. Saras, rasam. So when there is no rasa, when you feel meaninglessness, then there is laziness. And meaningfulness comes only when you know. Suppose if you are driving a car in the desert of Arizona, New Mexico, and all that, and suppose you have this 2014 Buick, American car, 2014, and ran for 100,000 miles. You'll be very happy driving that distance in the desert where the next gas station is 100 miles away or something like that, or 50 miles away, whatever it says. You would be happy provided you know everything about the car. You will enjoy the doing provided you have some knowing. Right? Suppose if you know your car, oil change. You know what is the sticker oil change says? How many miles? Once in every?
5,000.
He's saying 5,000. You all agree with him?
Yeah, about 40, depending on the car and the
Depending on the car. So if you know your car better, you know whether you want to put 3,000 miles or sometimes it's a new car, you can put even 10,000 miles.
yeah.
Jankari hai to you will enjoy your karma also, kriya also you will enjoy. So alasya is because of not knowing. Alasya, laziness. So we should see, when people try to change others, you should see where they may not have the rasa, the same amount of rasa you have for that particular thing. Right? So you have to, if you think you really want to do something, you should help them by empowering them or doing something more than just to keep on telling them to change. Right? So alasya. Then alasya, nidra. Nidra is sleep. You should all know nidra can catch you anytime. Right? You don't know. Can you tell exactly when you slept yesterday night? No. But we all like to sleep in the room, not in the class. But sometimes it happens in the class. So which means what? You should know about your body also. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam. Adhyatma jnana is knowing your body also. What is central in the body? What is the food I ate? And you need to think about all that. The doctors used to think in those days, they say, Vaidyas used to think in the morning they get up and they used to think about their patients, few of them in the village, and what is happening and all that. So that is why sometimes, when you're alone, all this, think about your body, you can think better about your body. If I may say, the bathroom sometimes you have the enlightening. And you go, yes, I have a new what I'm trying to say is that ekantata, some lonely, you have to something think about your body, mind, senses. If you need to stay by yourself to think like that. I'm not telling stay in the bathroom, by the way, longer. In general, some meditation, all that. Meditation even upon your own body, how it is working and all that, right? What food is better for us, what is not better. That is all helping you to overcome nidra. Some freshness will be there. Alasya, nidra, then what is the third thing? Pramada. Pramada is when I ask you what is the third thing, you are not able to say. Not because your fault only. I might not have emphasized that also. But pramada is in overlooking. Right? Overlooking and not getting the same result. That is pramada. So these things, you have to come out of all these things when it comes to karma, karoti, and that now you cannot choose any action. At that point we have come. You have to only choose certain things. What is right for you? What is right for you? Who knows? You know better sometimes. Sometimes you have to take some. Wherever you're helpless, you have to take some
Advice.
So whoever is better in that area, right? Suppose if you want to know how to make good rasam, and you cannot, YouTube is one source, but better thing is to ask a living live source, your own parent or somebody who knows that area. So expert. Or you can take the Shastra also. Because Shastra is beyond likes and dislikes. It is more like a mother. Whatever scriptures we have. So these are the areas, then you decide. And then once you decide, then we have, then how much you are applying yourself. And how much you can only apply yourself to a certain level. In the sense that you cannot invest, now the result part comes. You have chosen the right actions and you think you are the best of all your sadhanas in your hands. Now you want to accomplish something. Now, can you put all the eggs in one basket? No, right? In the sense, you cannot put your entire happiness on that result being only in this particular way. So that is what we are saying. We are not saying don't expect the results. Your own strong sense of likes and dislikes and what is pleasing and what is displeasing is so much influencing you, in you feeling that if the result is not in this particular way, you think that you are a failure. That is what we are asking you to avoid. We are not asking you to give up results and all that. I'm sorry if anybody says like that. And even after saying this several times, if you still say that Hinduism is all about giving up results or Vedanta is all about giving, then there's some mechanicalness in you. That you have to correct. You have the understanding, but that mechanically it keeps coming like that several times. So that you have to focus and correct that. Only Hindu religion has Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha as a Chaturveda Purushartha. Which other religion has? Christianity says what? If you are a rich man, your path to heaven is like the path of an elephant, a camel, through an eye of a needle. This is Christianity saying. In India, Christianity they are promoting as the most progressive religion. They are saying all the rich countries, people are rich because they are Christians. But according to Christianity, if a rich person has the doors shut for him forever. Why? Because he is a rich person. They don't even talk about a bad person. They talk about a rich person. For him to go to heaven is like going through the camel through the eye, because it is a Middle East religion. So camel going through the eye of a needle. So which means what? They are denouncing prosperity. They are denouncing wealth. But Hinduism says wealth is something everybody seeks. Artha. We are legitimizing you seeking wealth. And when you have enough wealth, what should you do with that wealth?
Right.
Charity.
That is dharma.
Dharma.
Even before that, you want to spend a little bit to relax. You want to buy that package which can make you watch the US Open in the TV. So you want to spend your wealth, hard-earned wealth for some karma also, legitimate. Did you all watch the match by the way?
Which one?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
The Alcaraz versus
Oh, yeah.
Medvedev.
It was.
Medvedev.
That was beautiful. I mean, great match.
Right? See, because you want to also need some comfort. You want to just relax. Okay, set everything else and relax. So karma is also a legitimate pursuit, only in Hinduism. Dharma is also a legitimate pursuit. After all this, please do some charity also. Take care of yourself first. Charity begins with oneself, and then take care of others also. Dharma. We are having all this. Then moksha, the pursuit of freedom, which we saw, which is very innate to all of us. Right? So what I'm trying to, this religion which is talking about all these four purusharthas. So this religion doesn't talk about giving up results. So Adi Shankaracharya never went to all the kings and said, Advaita Tattva Prakadanartham, for the sake of Advaita Tattva, may you become a monk. He never did that. Adi Shankara never went to a king and asked him to become a monk. Whereas the Buddhism, which is so, we are all saying, which is so close to Hinduism, they went to even kings like Ashoka and all those great rulers and did what? Made them a monk. So we want people to be what they are, pursue their own goals, be a student, be a profession. We don't want to become kings, monks. Right? We want them to pursue what they want to and do what is right. So now what is the right things to do? So we're not talking about giving up results, but we're asking you to have that kind of a mind which is shoka observer. Like shock observer for the car, shoka observer. We are making your mind shoka observer. So that way you can take anything, all sorts of result, and at the same time you can apply yourself because you have your mind with you. We care about your mind. We care about your mind because the koshanam api koshaha is the treasure of all treasures. I'm able to see all of you, but then I'm able to see, even before I see you, what is close to me is my eyes. And what is even closer than my eyes is my mind. I carry it everywhere. I can easily, it can put me off my mood in no time, right? And make everything look so gloomy, not having any meaning and all that. So mind, we want to protect your mind. That is why we say karma yoga. Where you accept everything as prasada of Bhagavan. Any type of result you accept as prasada. So that way your mind is shielded. So you can use your mind to go further. What is prasada buddhi? Suppose if I give laddu here, open a packet and give you laddu, and you will look at the packet, it's an old Ziploc bag, and with all the thing, there's something, and it looks like it's a lot of ghee or whatever that you don't know. You're not sure if it is ghee or dalda. Okay, like that. And then I give you, take with my hand, not even using a spoon. Taking with my hand and have some laddu. Manju garu, ee laddu was this konante. She's doing it like that because no laddu in my hand. And suppose if I give you the laddu and if you say no, okay, I'm diabetic. Somebody might say I'm diabetic. I don't want to eat and all that. I'm full. I just know eat and all that. Suppose if I say it's Tirupati laddu.
The hand comes.
So it is the same thing, but what has changed is your attitude towards the result. Prasada buddhi. If it is prasada, I accept. Less okay, more fine, more better. Less okay. I'm not really. It's not going to really. I'm keeping the space. I'm a devotee of the Lord. So that is the space. I can say so much about role playing and all that come here, but then, in the interest of time, I have to keep it at some level. And so the prasada buddhi is the one you accept the result, and then so it doesn't affect you to that level where it stifles you. You feel stuck. You feel you have fallen. You don't want that kind of situation. Feeling stuck, feeling helpless, feeling as though you've fallen to a level where you cannot rise again. So these are things we want to avoid in your life. So have the prasada buddhi towards result. And as a devotee of Bhagavan, whatever you do, you see arpana buddhi, offer. Bhagavan, this is for you. Ishwararpana buddhi. This is karma yoga. Ishwararpana buddhi, prasada buddhi. And you're all. This is the thing which you do in all sorts of karma. In all your role playings, you can bring this. You're playing the role of a husband, wife, mother, daughter, son, sibling, right? Friend. These are all different roles you're playing. The roles keep coming and going. They keep changing. But you have that buddhi, which is what? I'm a devotee of the Lord. That role is fundamental. Why is that role very fundamental? Should I say something about that? 5-10 minutes?
Mhm.
Why is that role very fundamental? Because for one reason, everything, what we see, there's so much of intelligence behind everything. You see that there's so much of intelligence. Suppose if we come to, an example I gave yesterday, if we come to a kitchen and they have everything nicely put, sugar marked, labels, sugar, salt, and the spoon is right under that. And if you open the fridge also, everything nicely arranged and all that, you know where is what and all that. So there is so much of intelligence. Somebody has done that, right? It is not that they all got arranged by themselves. So intelligence is the intelligence of the person who did that. Mom in this case, for example. So the intelligence has to be within somebody. So likewise, when you see so much of intelligence, purpose in the creation, planets are not dashing against each other. There's a psychological, physical order. There's a biological order, how the way the blood flows, right? And then there's also what I should say, biological order, physical order, and even psychological order. If you go to a psychologist, he's able to treat that person. Why? Because he knows if this is the problem, the connection can be something to do with the childhood at this level. Okay? Want some water? So everything there's an order, there's an intelligence. Just like you saw the kitchen example. So the intelligence cannot be outside, it has to be inside somebody. And that somebody we call as Bhagavan, Ishvara. And we're all, in a way, our body, mind, senses is all his intelligence put together. Bhagavan's intelligence put together. And so, when Bhagavan, that is what it is. So that means what? You are a Bhagavata, you are from Bhagavan. In some way or the other, Bhagavan is your maker and material also. Or Bhagavan made the impossible possible for you. Your mind thinking in a certain way. All these fundamental elements and elementals coming together, which are all inert, and creating this impossible you, who is able to think so much, who is so conscious, who is so aware, who is so, who is so, what I should say, alert, who is so real. So that is the Ishvara. So in a way, we are all, just like we are all from our parents, we are also fundamentally from Ishvara. He has created in some way all that which belongs to us, in a way. So we are Bhagavata. Bhagavan, from Bhagavan, the word, you just expand the first vowel, Bha, and what happens? Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Bhagavan Shabda's Pratipadika is Bhagavat. And Bhagavat, you just extend the first vowel, Bhagavat. You are a Bhagavat. So that is a fundamental, that's a role also. You own up that role and keep that as a buffer between all the roles. I'm a devotee, you tell yourself you're a devotee son, devotee mom, devotee kid, a devotee spouse, a devotee professional, a devotee student. So that is a buffer. So that devotee role doesn't go away. That helps you to address all the other roles which keep coming in. Because going back to Tattva, roles are coming and going. But you have a role hangover. That is the problem. Role hangover. What is a role hangover? You have a bad day at work and come back at home and yelling at the kids. Role hangover. Right? Husband yelling at the mother, wife, and wife cannot yell back to the husband, so what she does? She yells at the
Children.
kids. Role hangover. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that role hangover is a problem because we don't see the space. We are so affected by the role. We internalize that role. We feel stuck in that role. But essentially, again, Vedanta is saying what? Hey, you are able to take different roles because you are fundamentally free from any role. Vedanta will go all the way. If you are Vedanta, you will just have to sit here and have good food and you will just become big, and you will become a real Brahman. And that's all you need to do. In size also. That is Vedanta. Okay? So Vedanta is very clear about that. But we have to address that role hangover. How we are giving this devotee buffer. Take the devotee role. Have that as a buffer. Bhagavan, everything is you have done. Be very prayerful. Prayer is not for the weak. Why is it not for the weak? Prayer is because why they say prayer is for the weak? They say prayer is for the weak because they think this fellow is praying because he is not believing his own strength. No, this fellow knows that he's got some strength. He or she has got some strength. He wants, and now he's shooting for the stars. He's got some. This fellow has got some strength, but he wants to aim for the highest. And he knows that between the cup and the lip, there can be slips. In Rishikesh ashrama, in our ashrama, the trees, okay, I should not give out the final end of the story. So bananas were given. With a nice tree, there are all trees, people are sitting on the tree and nicely learning. That is how it used to be. All this classroom system, 9 to 5 system, or 9 to 3 all came later. Initially it was a lot of fun. More fun was in the learning in the outside. They were all learning outside. Then what happened? Everybody was given banana. That's prasada. So nice outside and we're opening the banana. This fellow was about to put in his mouth. He came, took the banana and grabbed her. So between you and your banana, your fruit, there can be a monkey coming in between. With a cup, and so this person is prayerful because he knows he cannot call all the shots. He's very practical, and he wants to increase his strength manifold times. So he's seeking the help of the Almighty also. Not because he's weak, because he's got strength and he wants to increase the strength several fold times because he's going for the highest. This is not for the weak. The weak people, what he does, he feels stuck, he feels sad, he grieves, he or she grieves. So that is, feeling sense of helplessness, sense of weakness. So when you decide to pray, you are praying out of your free will. If you are not having free will, you will do all these things, feeling sad and sorrowful and all that. So because you feel that I have what should I do better? What can I do better than feeling sad? Let me be prayerful. Not because I am weak, because I want to increase whatever little strength I have several times. The soldier is dying in the border. Suppose if you say, help is coming, that is enough for him to hold on to his life. He will do something or other that to protect himself and the other thing. So that is a small thing. That is a hope, that is a faith, that is Shraddha. Okay, so prayer is not for the weak because you are a devotee, you pray and be the devotee, so you are having the buffer between all the different roles, so you don't have a role hangover. The judge comes to the home and says, why are you all making so much noise? Order, order, order. If he thumbs his desk and he's asking his wife, give me a palpate order. That means role hangover. So you're free from role hangover, so they can take any roles and play the role properly, very objectively, and come out very successfully. So this is regarding karoti, janati, chati karoti. And this is where I would like to stop. We are all very attentive. I was looking at all of you. None of you felt tired or alasya nidra and all this was not taking over you. That shows how much you where you want to make the best use of this time. So for that reason, I'm even finishing it a little early. Okay. So we'll conclude here with some prayers, and then you can ask questions, and we can slowly go for the next session like lunch and all that. And feel free. And in fact, we can even have the question answer session outside if it's not too long. Just a little relaxed time, whatever you want to ask. You don't have to be for the whole time. So sometime we'll get together again and we'll free to disperse.
So when you're talking about alasya, pramada and nidra, so nidra could be ignorance also, right? That you are not aware of.
But here it is physical. Here it's physical.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a physical nidra when somebody is saying something very important. You are here, but you are upset a little bit, feeling a little sleepy.
I mean, you can be awake and still not be aware.
Yeah. Pramada, because the mind is wandering.
So that is different. That's what I wanted.
That is pramada.
Sure.
Pramada is because of distraction, all that. That comes.
Distraction,
Yeah.
okay. So in that sense, it's different then,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll do Purnamada and then I'll let you ask questions, no? Just Purnamada. So everybody knows the session is over.
Yeah.
Om Purnamada
Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate
Om
Shanti
Shanti
Shanti Shanti
Hari Om
Hari Om
Shri
Shri
Guru
Guru Hari Om.
So relax, stretch yourself. If you want to extend your leg, you can do. And anything you want to ask, you can ask while the food is getting ready. So,